Toy Circuit before the blackout was for the exclusives. After the blackout, everybody was involved.
True story. You hit it on the head. I mean, that's almost how it happened. I don't know if it's because of the blackout though, but
So many people tell
it's
the
like,
story you just told, though.
yeah, yeah, you probably just saying that.
No, I've got it on tape. Other people we've interviewed. Yeah.
Yeah, but did they say did they say they watched the looting or they say they participated in the
They
looting?
did a lot of this.
Oh, well, that's one thing I stayed away from though.
No, I ain't
But
saying the blow part. I'm saying they were like, look, I'm not gonna tell you what I did, but
Oh.
everyone around me went in, got speakers, got.
oh, but let me tell you something about me, and you can keep this part in if you want to. If I would have went in there, I would have told you. I would have said, when I saw Trey D go in there, he started grabbing records. I said, the hell with it, and went in too, but I didn't.
I don't want to burn up his footage on that story.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about, after that. You definitely had your sound system. You definitely came up. You had an undefeated 4. How did that lead to becoming Tila Rock?
Well, now at this time I wore 3 hats. I was the MC Tila Rock, DJ Tila Rock, B-boy Tila Rock. Then I remember I started buying equipment. I remember at that time Roland. You familiar with the brand Roland? Roland was the company. It was a Roland 808, Roland 909. No, 909 came a little later. Roland 707, Roland keyboard. I had all these things. And I remember I had a sampler, a really small sampler. Should I break down what a sampler is? Because you worried about the film. And I remember I started making beats. And my brother, my younger brother, who is Special K from the Treacherous 3, I had my room, he had his room. We were next to each other. I had all the break beats and all the records, and my brother K actually started watching what I was doing. I had my turntables and everything, so he started. I remember his first drum machine. I would never forget it. It was called a Dr. Rhythm. And a keyboard. And by the way, my brother also sings. He doesn't just rap. He sings also. And I remember he started making beats also, and I started making beats. By this time, they already had the Treacherous 3. You want me to get into that or not really?
You want to, Alex? Special K at Treacherous 3 is his brother.
Yeah, that's all we need to know.
Okay. So
you can keep talking about your brother and how he introduced you to.
Right, that's what that's what I'm building up to right now. I remember me and Kay used to feed off each other with rhymes. I was the first one to rap. Kay did not rap. As a matter of fact, I used to actually let my younger brother, my brother Kay, actually come to our practices and come to our performances. Our meaning undefeated. That's when my brother decided, he wanted to rap also. And I remember he used to knock on my door all the time and say, listen to this rhyme I wrote. And I would listen to him, and I was actually watching my brother get better and better and better. Now, one day, my brother comes to me and says he met someone. I forgot how he met this person. His name was Rick Rubin. And he was going to record a record, but Rick Rubin only wanted Kumo D and my brother, Special K.
Can I pause you?
Yeah.
Did you go to the grill?
Yeah, I did. Well,
Do you
wow.
think they met at the grill?
Well, maybe, as a matter of fact, it was either the Grill, it wasn't Danceteria, not even the Roxy. Not the Roxy. I remember, I really can't remember exactly how they met. Excuse me. But I know my brother was telling me he was going to record a record with Rick. Then about 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, he comes to me and says they're having problems, that him and Kumo D cannot record with Rick Rubin because they were signed to Sugar Hill Records at the time. And they could not record outside of Sugar Hill Records. So my brother asked me if I wanted to record a record with Rick. Now, keep in mind, I'm only rapping and DJing. This is something I'm doing on the side as a hobby. So after a while, I took my brother up on the offer to go meet Rick Rubin. I went downtown to NYU, where Rick Rubin attended, and I met Rick Rubin. We hit it off right away. I said, okay, so go back home, start writing. We start writing this record. Didn't have a title yet. And I remember I would call my brother in, and my brother would join in too with me lyrically. And the record eventually was called It's Yours. Now, we went down to Rick's again, and I remember we was in his dorm room practicing, and then we went to another place. It was so long ago, I can't remember the place to rehearse. It was a bigger place, and Rick had the rolling 808 drum machine, microphone, and we're practicing. Now, my DJ at the time was Louie Lou. Now, Louie Lou came to like the first or second rehearsals. Now, I wanted to, by the way, this was all recorded on the cassette tape. I wanted to take the cassette tape home to practice my rhymes on, the lyrics on it. Louie Lou wanted to take the tape home to practice his scratching on it. We had a bit of a debate. My brother K chimes in and says, no, T, you should take the tape home. This is your record. You know, Louie Lou, you don't really need much practice. Or him, my brother and Louie Lou gets into this heated argument over the cassette tape. That night, my brother says to me, T, I know this is your record, but I don't want Louie Lou on the record. So I'm torn now between my flesh and blood brother Special K and my best friend Louie Lou. Of course, I sided with K. We let Rick Rubin know. Rick Rubin says he knows someone that can come in and perform the scratches. He says, who? He says, Jazzy J. Now, I knew the name Jazzy J from associated with Africa Bambaataa. So I'm thinking, how can I go wrong there? So Jazzy J comes in. Jazzy J performs his scratches. Did an excellent job, by the way. Performs his scratches and does the intro. Everything is fine. Now, I'm supposed to go back to Louie Lou now because Jazzy J was supposed to just perform the scratches. But Rick Rubin says, I think you guys should be a group. So now I'm torn again with Jazzy J. Good idea and everything, but here's my best friend Louie. So I decided to go with Rick Rubin's idea and to stick with Jazzy J. So that's how It's Yours came together.